Yo, what up guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to use the new Stranger Things survivor the right way, what their perks do and how they work, and then I'm gonna show you guys the same thing but with the older Stranger Things survivors. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first survivor is gonna be Nancy, and she's probably the most beginner friendly on this list. So her first perk is called Better Together. And what it does is if the killer downs a survivor while you're repairing a generator, you see the aura of all other survivors for 30 seconds. This is only good if you have a gen rush build, so I wouldn't use it too much. The next one is Fixated, and you gain 20% haste while walking. That just means you walk 20% faster than you normally would walk. It's pretty good if you want to have a build where you can get away from killer and not be detected. And then her last perk is called Inner Strength. And basically when you're just sitting in a locker for 8 seconds, you'll heal a whole health state. So if you're injured, you'll heal to healthy. It's really beginner friendly if you think about it, and it's honestly a really well-rounded perk for newer players. But next we're gonna get into Steve, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, now Steve's perks are a little bit more complicated. His first one is Babysitter. When you unhook a survivor, they won't leave scratch marks or pools of blood, and they gain 10% haste status effect for 30 seconds. This one's one of the more simpler perks. It's really good. I like this perk a lot. I don't know how to say that, but if a survivor is near you around 16 meters, when you're on a hook, your hook timer is paused for 34 seconds. And then his next perk is Second Wind. Basically, when you're unhooked or unhook yourself, you're affected by the broken status effect, and after 20 seconds, Second Wind kicks in and you heal a health state. I think this is one of his most beginner friendly perks out of all of them, but you can definitely use the other ones, and you can combo this with a lot of builds. Okay, and now we have 11. So her first perk is called, I don't even know how to say that, but when you crouch, basically it shows you the auras of survivors, killers, pallets, it shows you generators, and it only lasts for 11 seconds. And then you have We See You, so you get a token for when the killer reveals your aura. When you have 4, you can see their aura for 15 seconds. It's pretty good. It's pretty beginner friendly. And then you have Soft Spoken, just when multiple people are repairing a generator. It's really quiet. So I wouldn't worry too much about trying to get her perks, except for the first one, because the first one is really beginner friendly and it's easy to use. So for a lot of newer people, it's easier for them to grasp and actually do good with. Okay, now we have Dustin, and for his first perk, after you complete 20% worth of repairs on any generator, you can set a trap on a window, and then when the killer vaults it, they'll get hindered with 50% for 6 seconds. And then if we go over to his next perk, it's called Change of Plans. He starts with 2 tokens, and when he is in a locker with a toolbox, he can press an ability to change it into a medkit with a rarity, same rarity in any random add-on. I don't really like that one though. And then he has Full Circuit. It's kind of the same as 11's, but it's a little bit different. When he repairs the generator, the skill check zone gets bigger if there's more people on it. So he's pretty well rounded. The only perk I would probably take is the last one. Those other 2 perks are really hard to understand if you're newer, so I probably wouldn't use them. Okay, and now for the build. So the first thing you're gonna want to run is the flashlight. It doesn't matter really what flashlight. It can be the anniversary flashlight, it can be the green flashlight, or it can be the blue flashlight. So that's what you should run. And then for the add-ons, you should run Odd Bulb and Long Life Battery, and for your offering, run Murky Regent. And you can run any blood point offerings if you have them, but I like running Murky Regent so I can hide better. And then you're gonna want to run Lucky Break. Hold on. You're gonna want to run Lucky Break. So after you get hit, you don't leave blood pools or scratch marks for a total of 60 seconds, which is amazing for getting away. And then you want to run Life, so when you vault a window, you gain 50% haste for 3 seconds. It has to be a rush vault, by the way. And then after you run that, you want to run dance with me, so when you do perform a vault, you don't leave scratch marks for 5 seconds. So you can just vault, boom, get out of there, hide, and he won't even know where you're at. And then you take all that right here and you get this last perk from 11. I still don't know the name of it, but we're about to figure it out one day. So you get this last perk where you can crouch and see everything around you. So after you run and you book it, you can crouch down to see where the killer is, and you can just dip. It's a really good build for beginners. Only problem is you have to go out and unlock all this stuff. But I'll see y'all in the next video.